Spirituality, plan of action. When it comes to spirituality, you just need to be familiar with your sun, moon, and ascendant, also known as the birth triad. It is important that you apply numerology and then see how both data work together. In a sense, you don't need additional information to make your life a success. If you have researched and analyzed that information, and you still want to go deeper, then I recommend ordering a birth chart. This horoscope gives you an insight into the script you are following. It includes someone's fate. In a sense, it is your personal manual. Numerology is a simple way to determine someone's title. In numerology, there is a maximum of 9 numbers. After the number 9, everything keeps repeating itself. I would discover that the first 9 zodiac signs of astrology are bound to the 9 numbers of numerology. What is also important to know is that the numbers 1 to 4 represent 2 zodiac signs. In such case, you need to determine afterward which one it is. So, what is the difference between Sagittarius and Aries? What I would discover is that Aries and Sagittarius have only a slight difference. Aries tends to solve everything with his hands, and Sagittarius solves everything with his brain. In short, one is physically strong and the other is strong mentally. For the rest, both are the same. If you look at Taurus and Capricorn, the difference is that Taurus is focused on reaching its own goals in life, while Capricorn lets other people do the work to reach their personal goals. Taurus has its own store, and Capricorn runs a company. If you look at Gemini and Aquarius, the Gemini is good in one-on-one conversations, and Aquarius stands on a podium to address the crowd. Cancer is good at caring for people on a personal level, and Pisces wants to take care of everybody. As you can see, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer both focus on an individual level, while Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces focuses on the crowd. There are 2 types of people. We have a type that has overall potential, and we have the specialist. If the name and birth triad have little similarity, we can say that we have a person who is good overall, but does not excel in anything. If the name closely matches your birth triad, then you may not be able to do many things in life, but the things you can do, you have lots of potential in becoming a master. However, there is an exception to the specialist. If you, as a specialist, do not encounter your specialty in life, then you will not become a specialist. I am a master of numerology and have my own formula. Yet, I was already at the age of 33 before someone made me aware of the existence of numerology. I had never heard of it at the time. If I had not taken the initiative to see what it was, I would never have become a master in numerology. In short, sometimes in life, you need to discover what your specialty is, and this can take many years. My advice is, always listen to your feelings, follow this inner feeling, and you will get there eventually. Pythagoras 2.0. The form of numerology that we know today comes from Pythagoras. He even had to go underground with this knowledge. It is claimed that Pythagoras got his information from ancient Egypt. As you can see, numerology goes back a long way and was used extensively in the past. In fact, in the past, it was the most popular form of mathematics because it is simple and easy to apply. Pythagoras gave us the basic model, and I continued to build on this knowledge. Yet, I note that numerology is a science, of which almost nothing is left. It has been completely neglected, and I see this as an opportunity to reintroduce it. The rules have largely changed when Napoleon made a surname mandatory for everyone, so it is time for a new doctrine. Numerology is a very powerful tool, as you can symbolically bring the dead back to life. If you want to make a proper character analysis, you have to study both astrology and numerology and know that both carry equal value. In addition, my formula allows you to make a calculation in advance to see how the name relates to the birth triad. In a sense, the Russian roulette is over. When it comes to analysis, my model provides an overview of your relationship with each zodiac sign. You can see which types of people suit you the best. Let's start with the first basic steps of numerology. Simplify. The name you have matters. It's not just the name, the number of letters that make up the name also plays an important role. What I have noticed is that most successful people have a name that is aligned with their birth triad. The constellations correspond with each other. In numerology, you convert a name into a series of numbers. Then you add all the numbers together. You continue adding numbers until you have one digit left. What makes numerology so difficult is the fact that every language has its own alphabet. If you are Italian, you use a 21-letter alphabet, and as a Russian, you use the 33 Cyrillic letters. In the Netherlands, where I live, we use 26 letters. You should always calculate a name in the person's original language. It makes numerology very difficult, and yet, it remains very easy. The rule for creating the model is always the same. You start with the numbers 1 to 9, and then you put the alphabet underneath, in the order you were taught. When you get to the end, you go back to the beginning. This rule applies to all languages. So every language has its own numerological calculation table. Unlike astrology, numerology is extremely flexible because it automatically adapts to changing circumstances. Our Dutch model looks like this. Read it from left to right to discover the construction, and from top to bottom if you want to know the value of a letter. To calculate a name, we must first convert this name into a series of numbers. See here the example of the name Ophiuchus. By the way, this is the official name of the Serpent Bearer. I always call the series of numbers the name frequency. The next step is to continue counting until we have one digit left. In short, we are going to simplify. Ophiuchus equals 678933831. 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 48. 48 equals 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. 12 equals 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. In this example, the Serpent Bearer is linked by his name to the constellation of Gemini. Odin's formula also symbolically allows you to bring the deceased back to life. You can discover someone's character and educational path without knowing their date of birth. Just the name is enough. However, there is also a caveat to this. If you have to calculate a very old name, you must use the alphabet that was used at that time. Over time, our own alphabet has evolved from 21 letters to 26 letters. The current alphabet was established in the year 1691. Names before that time are almost impossible to calculate unless you have the alphabet that was valid at that time. As you noticed, I link the numbers to constellations. I do this because I have discovered that they are connected. Astrology and numerology are two different sciences, yet they both use the same building blocks. The title of the name. Each name you have represents its own zodiac sign. When you make a calculation in numerology, the entire name matters. That includes all middle names. The name you are looking for is the name you received on your birth certificate. First we calculate each name, and at the end, we look at the entire name. This way you can see your so-called titles. The first method is by creating a name frequency, and then calculate the value of each name. The second method is really simple, is about the number of letters your name consists of. Let's do a calculation, based on the title of this book. Ophiuchus equals 678933831 is equal to 48 equals 12 equals 3 equals Gemini. Discus equals 491331 is equal to 21 equals 3 equals Gemini. Ophiuchus Discus equals 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 equals Virgo. So what does this name say? This person is all about communication, is intelligent and flexible. The Gemini symbolizes the messenger of the gods. Together they form Virgo. With Virgo, everything is about perfection and being solution-oriented. In the following method, we only count the number of letters in the name. Ophiuchus equals 9 letters equals Serpent Bearer. Discus equals 6 letters equals Virgo. Ophiuchus Discus equals 9 plus 6 is equal to 15 equals 6 equals Virgo. Now that we have calculated both values, it's time to look at what each name stands for. It is time we merge both methods. Ophiuchus equals Gemini and Serpent Bearer. Discus equals Gemini and Virgo. Ophiuchus Discus equals Virgo and Virgo. As you can see, the title only scores as a human type and thus shows a connection with the god Odin. It's like it was meant to be. Ophiuchus is a messenger who is all about knowledge and wisdom. Discus is a messenger who strives for perfection and is solution-oriented. Ophiuchus Discus is the book that strives for perfection and is solution-oriented. So there are two standard formulas that carry a value in numerology, and the goal is to merge them as one. Look at the keywords of the zodiac signs and you will get an idea of what someone's name stands for. In a way, this method shows the appearance of someone. It's a title. All or nothing. I want to close with something important before I get into Odin's formula. I have said it a number of times before that the Serpent Bearer is all about extremes. It's all or nothing. This behavior is associated with the number 9. To make this clear, let's add numbers in the first example and multiply the numbers in the second example. Let's say we start with the number 7. No matter how many 9s I add to the 7 always retains its identity. In this case, I will leave out the calculation for the most part. I go directly to the answer. 7 plus 9 is equal to 16 equals 7. 7 plus 999 is equal to 1006 equals 7. 7 plus 99 plus 99 plus 999 is equal to 1204 equals 7. As you can see, the 9 sacrifices itself to keep another person in his value. This means that the Serpent Bearer is all about self-sacrifice. Now we're going to change the rules. Instead of adding, we will only multiply. 9 times 7 is equal to 63 equals 9. 999 times 123 is equal to 122,877 equals 27 equals 9. 9 times 67 times 82 times 41 is equal to 2,027,286 equals 27 equals 9. This is the moment when the Serpent Bearer is completely dominant. In this case, it destroys the other and replaces it. It doesn't matter what random numbers you add to the 9, it always ends in 9. The same applies to the multiple of 9. 18 times 7 is equal to 126 equals 9. 27 times 87 is equal to 2,349 equals 18 equals 9. 36 times 565 is equal to 5,085 equals 18 equals 9. As you can see, the Serpent Bearer consists of pure extremes. It is all or nothing. It sacrifices itself for the other, or it destroys the other and replaces it. In numerology, with Odin's formula, something else is going on. The 9 is extremely dominant, but as a rule the 9 always counters itself. It cannot change its identity, so it always forms its own counter or enemy.